ASMR Coffin Radio.
Welcome to another exciting episode of Coffin Radio. I am Heartthrob Rob, and today we are talking about the Stockton serial killer. A little bit of uneasiness going on in the Bay Area, man, in the Stockton area. A lot of craziness with this serial killer that's been happening. Since this time last year, there's been six kills and one injury. He's tried to kill more people, but only one person has survived. We don't know who this serial killer is, but we know that they've been busy for over a year now. The very first attack that we notice is from April 10th. Miguel Vasquez is killed in the city of Oakland. Later that year, just actually 6 days later, less than a week, we get kind of our second victim, who's not killed but actually lives through it. She lives through 9 shots. Natasha Latour, who was shot April 16th of 2021, and she's actually released she was interviewed by a news station up in NorCal, and they said that she said that the police treated her like crap, and that she was trying to tell them things about it, and they weren't trying to listen. That they were thinking that it was a drug deal gone bad, and nobody wanted to listen to her. That somebody came up and shot her 9 times. And she says that the reason why that those other 5 people were killed is because the cops and police were not listening to her and listening to her story. And it's all come down. The police said that the serial killer is killing them all with the same gun, so they're getting shot. A lot of them are homeless people. A lot of them are Latin people, or homeless people that are in the streets of Stockton. Besides the one in Oakland, everybody's been in Stockton. We have a killer killed on July 18th, a Paul Yao. August 11th, we have a Saul Daly, or Doobie, August 30th of this is all 2022 now. A Jonathan Hernandez, and then we have a September 21st, we have a Juan Cruz who's also murdered. September 27th, a Lorenzo Lopez. All of this year. The first 2 last year. He goes dormant for a full year, and then now back again. Scary time for these people to be living down here in Northern California, the homeless especially. It's almost made me think, with the way, how police do, they have to set up a profile, right? We know that similar serial killers are based off of these profiles, and they've kind of collected one already. They say that most likely it's a male in his early 30s, or in his 30s, lives in the neighborhood that all these murders are happening, because it's all located in the city of Stockton, and similarly like the east side or the west side, whatever it is, on one side of the city. So you got to think that he must know this location, and he most likely lives with family. Perhaps that do not know what's happening. Perhaps he's Latino, as all the other victims are Latino. Most serial killers kill within their race. Just a lot to think about, especially when things have, to me, it has such a resounding sound. It's Carlo Ocampo, a serial killer that we had here in Southern California, who murdered 8 to 10 homeless people in Orange County. Now the same thing happening in Stockton. It's the underlying issue of the homeless too. Here they are, the most vulnerable. Just because they're living on the street doesn't mean they deserve to die. I hope they catch this person, and maybe if we listen to the next attack, that we can kind of see where things are coming from next time, so that this doesn't happen again. But we don't really know much more than that. We can only speculate at this time. But with the last killing happened September 27th, and here we are in the first week of October. Lord knows what's going to happen. So we'll have to wait and see. Unfortunately, we'll have to wait and see. But let me know what you guys think, man. We'll talk about it. I'm obsessed with the morbid and macabre. I'm tripped out on an active serial killer happening in the same state as me. What about you? Does anyone live in the NorCal area? Do I have someone who lives in Stockton who can tell me a little bit more, perhaps? We'll talk about it. Let me know in the comments. And if you like what you're watching, then hop in the coffin. Follow us on social media at Coffin Radio. Coffin is spelled with a K. And that's all for today.
ASMR Coffin Radio.